balked and remade. Azir used to have an entirely different kit. Azir's original kit, not original kit, but one of the kits he had that almost shipped, by the way. The only reason this kit didn't ship is because he was supposed to ship for something we were calling the Shurima event, and the Shurima event got canceled. And so Azir was waiting until the Shurima event happened, and then during that time we were like, actually this kit isn't all that amazing, we probably should rework it. And so Azir got reworked, but his original kit was this very long range poke character. And so what he had is his Q basically charged up these soldiers that would, the longer you held it, the more soldiers that would come out in a line, and then they would charge forward and stab people. And it was very, very long range and did a ton of damage. And so his main pattern actually was, to some degree, he would be standing off of your screen, charging this wave of soldiers that would then run forward and hit you. And so that was one of his major spells. He had another spell he had was Sand Geyser, which would it would shoot out a geyser of sand, and if the geyser hit you, it would knock you up. So a good combo he had, he'd charge the soldiers, he'd hit you with the sand geyser, knocking you up, and then he'd let the soldiers go and they'd charge forward and stab you. His W was just quicksand. He'd put a pool of sand on the ground that slowed people, and it slowed people more towards the center. That was it. It just created sand, and then if you were on the sand, you were slow. His ultimate was called the Death Windmill. And what it was is he raised this obelisk from Shurima. He basically would raise a Shuriman obelisk, and the obelisk had these damage beams that looked like the spokes of a windmill, and they would spin in a circle. And if you got hit by the damage beams, you would take a lot of damage. And so Azir would basically put this down into team fight and make this rotating no-go zone for the enemy that would cause them to die if they got hit by the damage beams. And then the passive was a resurrection passive. Basically, if Azir died, when he would revive as a sandstorm, and then he would go really, really fast out to the map. So he basically got well-themed home guard boots whenever he died, basically. So you'd revive as a sandstorm, and you'd zoom out to where you wanted to go on the map, and then you'd respawn there. So yeah, that was old Azir.